But I think they had was it a producer or a director, and he was given an interview, and he's like, "Can the real world please stop infringing on our creativity?"
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Mm,
Oh man.
oh,
Welcome to the show, everybody.
hello,
Everybody.
hello.
Everybody. So, um, I am downstairs in my house for once because my wife is on a cruise. So, as you can see, we have Lucy hanging out, and then
Oh,
Marshall's sitting here beside me. Um, and we're like, well, we don't have to go upstairs because there's nobody else here, so we'll be downstairs today. So, fine with me.
cuddling with
Uh,
dad.
yeah, it's been that way for a couple days. I got one more day with just them, but I got to work in Cranberry for a while tomorrow, and then after that, it's
For the big
pick them
pre-release.
back up on Saturday from Bahamas. Well, I've been getting photos every day, so it's kind of cool.
There you go.
So, yeah.
We
So
have
we were
we have lots to talk about this week.
we
It's been
do.
a newsworthy. I want to say, let's say a newsworthy month. This entirety of April, we're getting announcements. We're getting closer to movies coming out that I think we all are interested in the pop
Mhm.
culture scene. We're getting closer
Yeah.
to our show. We're seeing what
Yeah.
other shows are doing.
Well, speaking
It's
of our show, we are sold out of exhibitor space as
ah,
of yesterday. So,
good, good.
um, so yeah, we have nothing left. So if you've applied, you're now going to be on a wait list. So sorry. Um,
2027, everybody. Just sign up for 2027.
yeah. I did have a very interesting message exchange with someone who knows an artist that was interested in coming in. I'm like, why didn't they just ask me these direct questions? But whatever. Um, so either way, it would be a cool artist to have for next year. Um, so I'm excited to see if that happens. Especially if you're into Magic and D and fantasy stuff because they do a lot of art in that realm. And they're a PA local, so
There you
um,
go.
excited. Yeah. So yeah, so we have a bunch of kind of random stuff to talk about. So we can talk about we'll talk about the boys ish episode first three episodes at the end,
Yeah.
since we can talk spoilery like that. Um, but so we have um, a couple different things to talk about that you wanted to bring up. But I think the most crazy part of all of it is the Masters of the Universe buckets,
Oh,
the popcorn buckets,
yeah.
the straw sword. Um, I'm super pumped for those.
Though
Um,
it's I love the attempt that the major movie theaters are trying to bring people back after COVID, because since COVID, it they haven't done well at all. Even like the big movies, it had to be a big movie for people
right.
to go to the movies. Um, and the way they're doing it is with the movie buckets. Like what when Deadpool and Wolverine, it was all about those buckets. Some of those buckets, I still want that Wolverine head bucket myself, just for display purposes, because it was so
Right.
cool. But the Masters Universe one, they took it to another level there. What was it? There was, like you said, the sword. You could drink out of the sword of power, which they should also do this Havoc staff too. I feel like they missed an opportunity there to
Eh,
do Havoc staff too.
eh.
Maybe when the
I'm
sequel
more
comes
into the
out.
sword, but yeah, yeah.
Waiting for the sequel
Well,
because
when the
there's going
sequel
to be a
comes out,
sequel.
we'll get the purple sword in the sequel, so it'll be fine. So,
It might get something Hordak or something. Hordak's
oh
head.
yeah, that'd be kind of cool. So,
Because what? They got the Skeletor head, which is the one I'm most interested in. They said the eyes glow and his jaw moves and stuff. And I'm like,
yep.
I was like, I want that one. And then there's what? There's Castle Grayskull, which is it's the one that holds a drink, popcorn, and candy.
Yeah, it's
That's
huge.
all three.
Yeah,
Yeah, they said it's comparative to the Herbie bot when the
yeah,
Fantastic Four came out, where it held everything.
yeah.
And then we have what Skeletor's throne room with He-Man, with Skeletor on top and He-Man on the bottom, and the back of the throne room is where the popcorn is. Which I saw that one. That one's kind of cool too, but I was like, I was like, I just want the Skeletor head. I think those are
Yeah.
all the main ones that I've seen online. I mean, I've seen some of the tumblers with the toppers and stuff, and the faces on the cups and stuff. That's fine. I'm
I think
cool.
I saw a Battle Cat one too, but
Yes, there was a Battle Cat
yeah.
one where you open the saddle part, and that's where
Yeah.
the popcorn goes in. I thought that one
I
was pretty cool too.
I also thought it was cool that that's how we get to see Battle Cat as Battle Cat for the first time, because we don't get to see him like that
In the
in the
movie,
con or
in the trailer anyway.
in the trailers at all. But man, does this thing look cool! Like his armor for his face looks killer.
Yeah.
So
Well, let's hope it matches, you know.
I'm very excited for this movie. So hopefully it doesn't suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's they're I believe they're at AMC's, and the AMC um
It's AMC Regal. I think it's
yeah,
Regal
so
Cinemas
the
too.
waterfront's at AMC. Um and there is a Regal. Hold on. I'm just going to look it up.
I think that's the two companies that are putting out
Yeah, I'm curious.
the biggest
Well,
ones.
there's only the one AMC in Pittsburgh. So Moraine Point is in Butler, but I don't think they're open anymore. They might be. Um, Ohio, Vienna, West Virginia, Hagerstown, Maryland, Ohio. Yeah, most of the Regals around here are in Ohio. For the AMC's though, I think it's just the one at the waterfront is the local one.
Yeah.
No, South Hills is an AMC, and Mount Lebanon is an AMC.
I think my local one here, Westmoreland Mall, is an AMC, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Greensburg.
So yeah.
Yeah, so go get your or Morgantown. Morgantown's one too.
But I think the AMC one is the Skeletor throne room and the Battle Cat, I think.
I thought they were on all of them. So
no, it's split between the two. Like they each do a different one. Well, it's I think they each had to be creative in their own way, which I get, makes it more difficult. But I also put in, with our mutual friend Joe, and if I can't find the Skeletor head, he will help me out and put me in contact with somebody who will buy it. I'll grab it off of them if I can't get a hold of one, because I'm taking a wild bet they'll be gone before the movie even comes out.
Well, I mean, I don't know that they can do that. I think they have to have them for the people that buy the tickets, right? So
yeah, yes and no. Like if I remember the Deadpool Wolverine movie, people were having those buckets and putting them out on eBay before the movie even came out.
Yeah, that might have been like some of the people that ran the theater, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Or that got to see it in like an early screening, maybe.
A scalper does what scalpers do. They find a way, and it always ruins it for everybody,
right?
Except themselves,
Right. Hold on. I am going to make sure that I am signed into my Fandango so they can let me know when tickets go on sale for it. So, all right, cool. I have done that because I was trying to see if there were dates and times yet for like the waterfront or something, and if there was a couple for Thursday before the con to be like, hey, this is what we're doing, guys, just so you know. So, yeah.
Well, speaking of movies, we got the trailer for the Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Coming out in October. We got to see pretty much every major character in Street Fighter. They all look pretty close to their respective video game counterparts,
Right.
which again, it's actors and actresses that we well known, as well as a couple of pro wrestlers.
Well, it's
Uh,
a sequel to the last one, so
is it?
um,
Is it a true
yeah, because that's
sequel
why it's
or is
called
it
Mortal
a?
Kombat 2.
Well, no, that's Mortal Kombat. I meant Street Fighter.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking of Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. You're right.
Mortal Kombat's coming out. Was it next
I
week
gotta
or
look at the
something?
Street Fighter one because I did not actually look at the. I did not watch the trailer. Um,
Uh, well, it basically has what Cody Rhodes from WWE is plays what's his name?
Hold on, I'll go through it. So Jason Momoa is Blanca.
Yes. You
David
see him for like 30 seconds, which sucks. But
David
he looks good.
Dasmalance is M Bison. Noah Centino is Ken. Oliver
Yeah.
Richards is Zagnif. Andrew Koji is Ryu. Um, Eric Andre is Don Savage. Joe Inoue, I can never say his last name right. He is a wrestler. He's playing Akuma.
That would be
50,
Roman Reigns.
yeah,
Roman
okay.
Reigns.
50 Cent is Balrog.
Yeah, I saw that. I looked at it for a second. It took me 2 seconds. Like, is that 50 Cent?
Yeah. Mel Jarnson is Cammy. Raina Vallandingham is Julie. Cody Rhodes is Guile,
Yeah.
which that kind of fits. Yeah.
Yeah. And they had the flat top perfect too. Like his hair was perfect.
Yeah.
It
Orville Peck is Vega. Kalina Lean or Liang
Chun-Li.
is Chun Li.
Yes. And
Kyle Mooney is Marvin. I'm not even gonna figure out how to pronounce the dude who plays Dalsim's name.
but he
Christy
looks
Best
exactly like
JJ.
Dalsim.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Hiroki Goto is E Honda, which is hilarious. So, yeah. So there's definitely some good stuff coming up in that. Like the pictures look pretty good.
Yeah, the trailer is fun. You're seeing a lot of the special moves that we all button mash to do. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I was like, this kind of makes Jean-Claude Van Damme's version really shitty.
Wow, that hair is amazing for Cody Rhodes.
Isn't it? It is spot on.
It's
and
like
it doesn't
a brush.
move. It doesn't move either. Like in the action sequences, that hair is you see like maybe a slight wave, but it stays on point. I was like,
everybody looks really good. I don't like. I mean, like their outfits don't look 100% like some of the ones that were in the.
It's still better
the
than
game,
the
but
ones from the 90s.
I don't know, man. Like Ming-Na Wen as Chun Li was freaking awesome. Like that was
she was the
spot
only
on.
one. She was the only.
That was
Everybody
spot
else, you were
on.
like,
Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile outside of not having blonde hair was actually pretty good. I don't know. There were a couple of them.
He was fine.
Yeah.
And what's his name is M. Bison. He was fine. Like as far as villainy goes, was that the one he did before he passed away too? Was that the last movie he did before he died?
Who?
From the 90s. What's his name?
The guy who was M. Bison?
Yeah, because I know he died of cancer like shortly after Street Fighter came out. That was like his last movie.
So the 1994 one, right?
Yes.
Raul Julia. I think you're right.
Julia. Yeah.
Because he died in October 1994, and this movie came out
summer of 94.
Come on, give me an actual date.
If it wasn't the summer
December 94.
So it was after
2 months. 2 months after he died. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but he, obviously he was not physically imposing as M. Bison, but he had the character down pat. He was probably
Yeah.
the best part of that Street Fighter movie, to be honest.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
but definitely was, is he'll forever be known as Bison and Gomez from the Adams Family. He will always be remembered as those two characters
Oh yeah, that's
in my
true.
mind.
Um, and to correct myself, the Ming Na Wen was in the Chun Li separate movie of being, or no, she was in this one, and she was in a solo movie I think for it too, right? Didn't they do a
I
separate Street
they
Fighter
might
Chun Li movie?
they might have, but
Yeah,
I
The
never
Legend
saw.
of Chun Li.
Okay,
But that
I
actually,
never saw it.
but it wasn't her in that one. That
Okay,
was Kristen Carrick, who played Lana Lang on Smallville.
okay. Well,
Yeah. Which, by the way, I've now caught up on the episodes that I missed for all of Agents of Shield, all of Batwoman, all of Stargirl. Both of those actually, all three of those actually ended very well. Um, especially Batwoman. It actually ended up the last two episodes were really really good. And I'm now watching for more than 5 episodes the Superman and Lois show that was on the CW because
mhm,
when it originally aired, I got 4 or 5 episodes in, and then it took a hiatus because of there was a bit of a delay because of COVID shooting and stuff.
yeah.
So I kind of like fell off on it pretty quick in 21 when it was coming out, and it's really really good, like really good.
It was
I'm on
very
like
it was very from whatever I from people that I've talked to said they're like this is possibly the best Superman TV
yeah,
wise
oh
like
yeah,
ever. Like,
yeah.
and I know a lot of people who loved like previous Superman TV
Yeah,
shows.
yeah. I
Like
mean, I would say it's probably the best Superman on any kind of film that I've ever seen. Like it is. I mean, you can't really compare it to the movies because the movies you get a
no, the
2 hour chunk,
movies you
right?
do. Yeah.
You get 2 to 3 hour chunk, and that's it. This though, this definitely is the best Superman TV show I've seen, and
Mhm.
it may actually, I think, possibly be the best Arrowverse TV show that they did too, or like the DC stuff on CW, because like it. At least I don't know how it's going to be after the first season, but the first season, I'm like, I have like 3 or 4 more episodes, I think, in the first season, and it's just absolutely, it's phenomenal. It's gorgeous. Um, it actually, I think, looks not quite as good as the Sci-Fi Channel Krypton show. Then that show did not get a lot of love, but it should because it was very well written. Um, but this is very, very, very good. Like Steel's in it. Uh, the two sons are in it. One of them has powers so far. I believe the other one gets powers later. Um, like Lana Lang's in it. He's married to Lois. The actress who played Lois is amazing too. Like she was in Grimm,
Mhm.
um, and was killer in that. Um, but like the story's just very well written. In fact, the only thing I don't like is I don't really like the look of the guy who plays Jor-El because he just like all the other guys that have played Jor-El are like these taller, skinnier, like more like stoic looking figures, right? Because we had like Marlon Brando and a couple other guys like that, and Russell Crowe and stuff like that. Yeah, this guy he's like shorter and a little more stout, and it's just kind of like, really, that's your Jor-El? Okay, you're dead. Your dad definitely. You do not look like your dad, sir. Like
Yeah.
so, but and I also am not super keen on the way the fortress looks. The fortress looks kind of uh, not chintzy, but it looks very boring. I guess compared to some of the other Fortress of Solitudes we've seen,
Mhm.
especially the newest one in the new movie. Holy crap, was that thing like a fucking penthouse compared to this thing? This thing's literally a hole in the ground with a pedestal, like so. But it's pretty good. I recommend watching it. It's on HBO right now. You can pick up all the CW shows. Um, but they were very good. And the Batwoman last season though was interesting because like I felt like it was they had planned at least one more season out, and they just went, all right, we're just going to jam these 2 seasons into one, and everybody gets 3 episodes, and that's it. Like, and they just jam it out. Because there's like there's
That
some
seems
there's
to be the
like
thing with CW.
yeah.
They really. I feel like a lot of the CW shows were good like the first couple seasons, and then they started jamming things into every of
Well,
them, all of
yeah,
them.
when they started expanding the main cast outside of like 3 people,
Yeah,
like that's like because Arrow, when they brought in both Black Canaries and Mister Terrific and Speedy and there's
yeah.
somebody
You
else I'm
you
missing too,
start you start
but
seeing like Justice
and
League 2 in there. You start
and
like
Wild Dog, right? And Wild Dog, they bring all those guys in there, and it kind of dilutes the show because now
yeah,
you have to have episodes about each of these guys, and they each have to be doing something.
yeah.
And Flash, it was good until they started bringing in, um,
Too many speedsters, like
well, they
way
brought
too many
in,
speedsters.
yeah, like, oh, that was the other problem. Like, it was like, how many speedsters can we fight? Yes, I understand most of his villains are his biggest villains are speedsters, but there's some other cool ones. But we
You could have
did get to
spread it
see.
out. You could have spread it out a little
Well,
bit.
I mean, we did get to see some really awesome of villains in there. Like his rogue gallery was actually very well represented in that
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
I
Like
think much better
Reverse
than like the
Flash was
yeah, much better
obviously the
than Arrow
best.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Batwoman though was interesting because like the last season it was like you find out who Ryan's mom is. Her half brother turns into the Joker. Um, and then you get to meet the girl who built all of Joker's crap, who's played by the girl who played Carla in Scrubs, which actually was kind of funny. Um, there was like all of the trophies, Batman's trophies, like get like blown out of the Batcave at the end of season 2 and into the river. So like Poison Ivy's Ivy is in a canister and it dies, or it ends up taking over Batwoman's the original Batwoman, Kate's half sister Mary, who's the team doctor. Nightwing's in it, which is actually kind of cool. Killer, they have a new Killer Croc. They have a new Mad Hatter. Like it's all of this stuff where they just kind of rejuvenate things. The new Joker guy at the end for the last 2 episodes was actually a very well written though finale. But it was just like, okay, so this was a lot, and they kind of ruined the Renee Montoya character for me because they made her like be in love with Poison Ivy, and like she almost kind of broke bad a little bit, or I guess broke good a little bit. So it was very interesting how they did that with her. I wasn't really super excited about it. And then Stargirl was kind of neat too because you got to see a lot of like the old JSA stuff, the new JSA stuff. They used Ultra Humanite. Like, come on, who like how many people remember the Ultra Humanite? Like, let's think about that, right? Um, and he was in the big ape body and stuff, which was cool. No spoilers on that. But it was cool to see both Jade and Obsidian, which was cool. So you got to see Alan Scott's kids. They had the Shade. The Shade was in it for a couple episodes. Starting with season 2, he was kind of like a regular guest on it. So it was, like I said, it was very, very good. But I had never watched more than the first 5 or 6 episodes of Superman and Lois, and I was talking with John Neal at Cranberry the other day about how I'm like trying to catch up on all these shows while I'm on vacation this week, and he's like, "Dude, you've never seen that part of like that far into the show? It's really good." And I'm just like, "Cool." So I'm gonna have to watch it. So now like I said, I'm almost done with season 1, and it's been really, really good. The thing I like about it is like there's really not a lot of there's basically two to three villains in the whole season. But a lot of it is more like dealing with the fact that his kid has powers, and dealing with the fact that he moved back to Smallville. They tried to like, you know, be Superman and be a dad. It was a very cool
Yeah.
thing to
Actually
see.
made it like a more modern and relatable Superman than just
Correct. Yeah.
here I am with powers and I can do all this fun stuff. And it's
Correct.
I think we've seen enough of that. I think a lot of people want to see a hero that has a complete personality and is, yes, you have powers and you kick ass and this, that, and the other, but what do you do on your downtime? What do you
Right.
do as a person? Do you have a relationship? Are you not a relation in a relationship? You know,
I
it's
I will say though, this might be the most badass Lois Lane I've ever seen. Like she is legit badass.
I was gonna
So,
say that there's the DC animated universe is Lois Lane's are
dude,
pretty badass in there.
but for a live action one,
Yeah, live
this
action,
is
I'll agree.
probably
Yeah, live
this
action.
this, this one and probably um the one from the newer movie, the newest movie, because the newest movie I thought was a great blend of the Amy Adams and Margot Kidder one. Um, but this one's definitely a little more Margot Kidder, but it's like Margot Kidder, but like mom Margot Kidder, right? So if you can imagine what that's like, it's like boom, there it is, and
There, yeah.
it's just so good. And the fact that like Lana's still kind of got the hots for Clark, even though she's married and has kids and
Mhm.
stuff. Like, and one of her daughters is dating one of the twins. Um, it's kind of, and the way John Irons comes into the show is very interesting.
Nice.
Um, so because he hasn't actually come out as Steel yet in this season that I'm in, but I think he does by the end, and then that's kind of like their buddy up team up for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But what was it the last little bit of news that I just came across today was Adam Hughes got diagnosed with cancer. Uh, now, from what I read, he got a mass removed from him, and then they tested
okay.
him afterwards, and they said the mass that they removed was cancerous, but he still has some cancer. There's always going to be residual cancer, and he's getting treated for that. So you know, let's fingers crossed and
Yeah,
prayers and thoughts are with him and his family. You know, we don't need to lose another creative mind
correct.
this year, or like anytime in the next few years. We'll look that. Hey, what you doing? She needs
No,
her screen time.
she's going back up. She's crawling behind me, Atlanta brother now.
Uh,
So, but
but yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh, I was like,
that's a
well,
bummer.
at least he's getting treatment and everything seems to be stable.
Right.
So
All right, we've talked a lot about news. Let's now talk about some comics. That's what they're here for.
yeah, well,
Or,
and our hijinks. This is
right.
our hijinks.
All right, I'm going to talk about Batman or Batwoman. Ooh, Batwoman number 2. From Rucka and Danny. So this kind of helps paint the picture a little bit better of like, yes, it is Kate in an actual asylum in Greece. Her dad's there and apparently was one of the guys who helped her get in there. Um, but then he realizes that she beat up the what Greek gang thing they're going after. We don't know why yet, but she has a fight with these guys in the street, and um, Jacob Kane shows up and gets kind of like held hostage by one of the guys uh, while she's like beating some people up, and she's just like, "I'm sorry, Dad," and pulls out a 9mm and just blows everybody apart except for her dad. And it was like the weirdest build up to this moment, and this was like the coolest moment. Um, but that's how the book ends. Like it was super, like, the build up to there wasn't really. It didn't flow as well as I hoped it would, but I also don't know that I still don't know that I like the art with this writing, and I will be very specific in when it's like lighter scenes. I don't like the art, but in the darker scenes, it works really well because it's a lot of color on color, like blending in, like the black suit, like kind of like the cover there, like how the suit kind of works just into the night. Um, so that's kind of an interesting thing for this. Um, so I'm gonna use uh oh man, what the hell's the name of the band? Give me a second. Um, Quiet Riot's Metal Health is the what I'm using for this.
Nice.
Because she was definitely in an insane asylum trying to get, or at least therapy and trying to get help.
Mhm.
So
All right, we have Absolute Batman. You were just talking about mental health. This is definitely one for you. Um, we are introduced to Absolute Scarecrow in this episode, and boy, is are his powers a little bit different than our normal Scarecrow. Basically, we see him use his I think he has an ability because he doesn't spray people. He just watches and starts talking to his victims. And as he does, what he does is it's either he's causing like scared, but it's a scared of you your reaction is not shivering or shaking. It's more I gotta fight instead of fighter like flight. It's
yeah,
fighting. Um, and it's a lot of illusions too. He causes hallucinations because the two farmers he kills, basically, he convinces one that he's fucking the other one's wife. And the guy looks on his phone and he's like, I'm seeing these images of you met like explicit photos with my wife. What are you doing? Why did you do this to me? And he gets into his tractor and kills his buddy, running him over with the tractor. And you just see like this page of splatters everywhere. And then after it happens, the guy just loses it. He's like, I didn't know what came over me. I was just so scared and angry. And he's like, can we fix him? Can we take him to the hospital? Can we gather up his the goo that's what's left? We can take him and get him fixed. And as he does this, um, apparently his range is so far that he ends up causing a plane to crash right down on the site, and he just walks away. And that
mm,
is the introduction to Scarecrow. I tell you what, Scott Snyder and his slight uh slight differences of all these villains,
mm-hmm.
insanely genius. It's I really want to get into his head one of these days and ask him if we ever meet him up at like Baltimore or whatnot, if he shows up in Baltimore this year. Be like, where do you come up with these like really even more twisted versions of these villains?
Right.
Love to know where he gets these ideas from. Meanwhile, back in Gotham, Batman is being chased by the police, and just when you think uh, they catch him, we see his new vehicle, uh, and it's basically like a gyroscope where they blockaded. They thought they had him.
Mm-hmm.
The Batmobile literally just flips like this way while the tires are still in midair. It just kind of glides across.
Huh.
It's actually kind of cool. And then he's fighting with Harley and uh, Pennyworth of the naming of this vehicle. They're like, well, what do we want to call it? Is this like I think Batman was putting up he was naming the exact like device and everything that it actually is. And Pennyworth's like, oh, that's too long. He's like, how about we just call it the Bat Gyro? And he's like, hard pass. And then Harley's like, how about we call it this? And he's like, definitely hard pass. The hardest of hard passes, I think, was the actual quote.
That's
And
funny.
it's actually cool. It's boy, if we ever get toys for these, it's a shame they knocked McFarlane off the DC line because absolute Batman toys, oh, they would be awesome.
Well, I thought we at least got just Batman though from it. So, but
I haven't seen it in the store at least. I could
well,
check online though.
as I say, after I do my next review, I'll look for it and you can do
Yeah.
yours. But all right, what's your second?
But yeah, and we also see Way. He is becoming human again with the necklace he got from Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
He's speaking now. He's not as like gatory, but he still has like scales and stuff. So he's closer to Killer Croc that we know of.
Okay.
But he wants to collab with Bruce. He's like, we got to take these guys down. I want to join in, and Bruce tells him no. He's like, I got to do this my way and alone. He's like, I don't want any more of my friends hurt. And he's like, I know you want to help, but he's like, I got to do this. And, he just walks away as Wade's like, no, Bruce, don't do this. He's like, I got, and it kind of ends that point. Um, Batman later meets up with Commissioner Gordon, and Gordon is acting really peculiar. He's he's very jittery. He's very nervous, and he keeps saying he's scared. He's scared. Meanwhile, you see across where he and Batman are meeting, uh, you see a light cigarette, and the Scarecrow smokes. I forgot to mention that. So that's Scarecrow across the building. So his powers are working on Gordon, um, to the point where um, there's a file that he had, and you see snippets of the file, and it's about Bruce's psychology, like his basically leading to Bruce is Batman, and you know, and Gordon's last thing is burn these files. He's like, burn them before someone gets a hold of them. And then he gets attacked by these imaginary crows because he's going like this, and he's at the edge of the building. And we all know what happens when someone goes at the edge of a building. He falls. Batman catches him with his little bat claw cape part, and you think he catches him, but he slips out of his coat and splat. Um, so Commissioner Gordon is now dead, and everybody blames Batman. So we're getting a little bit of Dark Knight vibes in there a little bit, as now everybody's turning on Batman. Um, and we also get to meet this universe's version of Slade Wilson, who apparently is in pieces. Because you see him get up, both his legs are amputated, his one arm is amputated, his face is all like messed up. So you see him putting makeup on and putting his appendages on and everything. And he comes out and he says, I'd like to introduce everyone to his Robin Squad, which is every Robin we know, like Tim Drake, like everybody. And apparently that is going to be the new vigilante squad. Well, Gotham approved vigilante squad that's probably going to fight Batman eventually. But that's where the book ends. So let's do this. Let's do Alice Cooper. Welcome to my nightmare. I think
There you go.
there we go.
That's a good one. Yeah. So there is a 1/6 absolute Batman statue that's $385.
That's a statue. That's not an actual action figure though. That's
Yeah, I think they had maybe I was thinking maybe they had planned one, and then it never got made because of stuff. So, but anyway,
it's a shame. They're really missing out on
Right.
on that.
Sorry that this picture is so small, but Red Coat 17 is my next book. So this picks up with Albert and Simon, Albert Einstein and Simon Pure outside of the suit shop. They're waiting for Benedict Arnold to come out after Benedict Arnold has offered to make Simon Pure's family and Albert Einstein immortal. Um, and he basically in this the first half of the book is him really trying to sell it to those guys of I checked out Simon's friends and family and that's kind of why I like it, and Albert doesn't trust him and he's like, well, if I wanted you dead I could have killed you. And then they start talking about Paul Revere and his silver and how he was one of the guys that Washington trusted but was actually kind of a douche, I guess. So they talk a little bit about the founding fathers, and they have this. He basically has a giant stash of stuff that Paul Revere had, including a ton of silver. And at the very end of the book, while they're in like this hideout of silver stuff, the wall collapses, and the founding father kind of Freemason guys are like, hey, we have them, and they're pulling Benedict Arnold out, and they're like, what do we do about these guys? And then that's how the book ends. So again, it was another pretty quick read, but it was very good. The art by Brian Hitch is absolutely amazing. Jeff Johns writes it. It's another Ghost Machine book. This book, like, it's very interesting because it's almost like frenemies. It's like how do you trust Benedict Arnold, like one of the most famous turncoats ever? But it's kind of interesting the way they're going about it, and they're kind of bringing back the main bad guys from the first volume when they were hunting down Benedict Arnold in the first place. So I'm very enjoying this book. I'm gonna use AFI's Silver and Cold for this song.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
Going the emo route.
yeah,
Nice.
because it's a little whiny about like, oh, can you make my family immortal? Oh, can I trust him? And then it's Paul Revere Silver. Um, so so it's actually pretty good, and I can't say how much I love this book in general. Jeff Johns is just crushing it with Red Coat. So make sure you guys check it out.
All right, we got the one shot of the Darkness verse Angelus. Uh, I believe this is the first Angelus appearance of the new rebooted.
No, it was in Angelus was in
Well,
either
oh,
a Darkness
Darkness,
issue.
yeah, Darkness issue, yes, yeah. I don't think they're in the Witchblade yet, um,
I think
but
they
I'm
were
behind them.
mentioned, but I don't know that they were seen yet.
Yeah,
But yeah.
but basically, it's three stories, but it's all connected. So we get the origin of the Angelus, and we get the original Darkness host. Um, and it all starts 478 AD. So this is well in the era of this is before knights and everything. This is around that era. But the Angelus gets rebirthed because she's basically burned at the stake as a witch and
Ooh.
is like kind of resurrected as their current form. Um, that even the Angelus find out that Angelus is special because she could actually kill other Angeluses using her own light, which I did not know. That I could be off. It's been a long time since I read Angelus stuff, uh, but I did not know Angelus could kill her own kind. But apparently she can. Um, but the OG Darkness battles her throughout time. Um, it lasts what? Well, we get a brief Witchblade holder in the 1857 AD, so 400 years later. Uh, the battle rages on till 1038 AD, where the OG Darkness, I'll call him OG, um, actually gets mortally uh, hurt and goes to the Brotherhood for help and is actually betrayed. Apparently, the Brotherhood has a kind of like an altar type thing that can hurt the darkness, but still keep him alive. And they actually force him to procreate. And he's trying to get the darkness to help him out. And the darkness is like, you're too old and you're too weak. So goodbye. So the darkness turns on its host. So the OG darkness host is dead. We are introduced to the new darkness in 1058 AD, who is smarter, stronger, and throughout the whole book, you're continuing, you're seeing battle after battle, year after year, like decade after decade, till 1999. So this is like our era of original darkness here. Um, and he's this host is betrayed by the Brotherhood again. But this time he escapes, and this is where we start with the current darkness host. And this is basically his dad. So basically, we're getting the origin of this current darkness's predecessor. And the Brotherhood is again, they're on good terms currently with in the current darkness story, but you're seeing that odds are that they'll betray him as well. But I thought it was kind of cool. We never got like true origin of where the darkness came from this way in this point of view. So I thought that was pretty cool, and the Angelus as well. Um, so I'm trying to figure out what. Let's do ACDC's Back in Black.
There you go.
Fits.
That's a pretty good one.
I'm just pulling them out of my head here of things that pop in my head about these stories.
No, it's all good. That's a pretty good one for that, I think. Whoop. No, wait.
Do you just want me to do back to back?
Yeah, because I accidentally fucked it up. You're my bad.
Well, this is the last issue, folks, of Ultimate Wolverine, the conclusion. So we get like how magic came to be in this world, and it's basically Peter finding a magic tome, opening up limbo, and rescuing his sister is how he did it. And then we flash forward to Wolvie and Jean finding a witch who helps them open a portal to limbo. Wolvie and Jean find all the missing people that they've been looking for. So Wolvie tells Jean, rescue the people as I go find Magic and take care of her. Wolverine finds Magic laying on a bed, clutching her magic sword, asleep. But her manifestation of her as a child starts talking to Wolverine and going, please read me this story, and hands him an actual book. And it's an actual storybook. And it's basically like the story of demons of limbo and stuff. But he reads it to her as the manifestation of her as a girl slowly returns to her body. So by the time Wolverine finishes the book, he confronts her and says, "This is what you get for, this, that, and the other." He's like, "I know you're a victim of yourself, but," he's like, "what you did to these people cannot be forgiven." So basically takes care of her in Wolverine fashion. Jean rescues all the people. And she's like, "Where's Logan?" And they're like, "He's still in limbo." So she goes in, um, just as the as limbo starts collapsing, because without magic, limbo can't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it starts collapsing. They beeline out of there just as the portal was closing. And that's basically the end of it. Is kind of very, very quick, very short, slightly disappointing. I thought it was going to be making a bigger deal. I thought she was going to be more of a badass and less like a whiny girl. In this, I thought that she was going to be more, a tougher opponent.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently not. But that is the end of the book. Uh there's a lot of good Phoenix in this, like Phoenix pages in this. So I'm gonna go Freebird. Just because it's the only thing in my
because if this were a movie, that would be a good play it during the credits song. So there you go.
Yeah, like as they're escaping through limbo, you can hear Freebird as she is the Phoenix and she grabs him.
Yeah.
He's sitting there clutching to her, and she's like, "I'm sorry if I'm burning you." He's like, "It's fine." And he
Right.
so that's the end of this story. So who knows when we will see Ultimate Wolverine again. I'm sorry to see it go like this. I thought they would have kept it going after the success, because we can't keep copies in the store.
Right.
It's gone. Like I'm glad I have a subscription so I have it in my box, because if I don't, I go for it and it's gone.
Yep.
So
All right. My last issue is Iron Man 4. They call it Iron Man Disassembled, which is interesting because there was already an Iron Man Disassembled storyline that Matt Fraction did that was really, really good. So this starts out with the kids that have been kidnapped by AIM. They're trying to build new Iron Man suits and tech because that's what AIM has them doing. And Fixer is basically torturing them to the point where they're going to make something crazy like an Iron Man suit. And Madame Mask is kind of like, why are you doing that? And he's like, well, I kind of have to get him to do it. While Tony's stuck in a different room where he's building a new suit, he describes it as kind of like the Danger Room without the safeguards, basically. It's like Mysterio tech and Arcade and Mojo stuff all put together. So he keeps building stuff and it doesn't work out right, and he keeps like having to start over. But at some point, his helmet gets a phone call, and it's from one of the student guys that is building an Iron Man suit, and they have this really nice conversation about how, like, you need to do stuff to get out of hard positions. And Tony talks about how he basically has been updating stuff for a long time, but he hasn't actually invented anything in a while, and this is actually pushing him to do that. And while that's going on, Pepper and Melinda May from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are finding his Gamma-based workshop in the desert, which randomly has Citizen V in it, who's stealing stuff, I guess. And then you go back, and Fixer's building something to impress Madame Mask. Madame Mask is talking to Tony. Tony's like, yeah, I'm just getting out of here. And then the suit crashes through the door. And Mask is like, shut up and move. We got to take care of this. So they fight with it, and eventually they get it down, and they find out that he's not actually in the suit. He's actually running, and he gets the kid out. Then he gets all the kids out. Then they blow up the helicarrier, or they blow a giant hole in the helicarrier. And as they're leaving, the main kid gets like burned in the face in an explosion, and Fixer shows up in what he is calling the Advanced Iron Man, which is like a supersized War Machine style, like clean, like sleek War Machine style Iron Man suit. Um, this story took a minute to really get moving, but now that it's actually moving, I like it a lot. And it is it's just a lot. It's very it's very heavy, uh, with some stuff in it. So I'm gonna go with Spinal Tap's Heavy Duty for this one. It's heavy duty rock and roll. So that's how I dig it. Like, it's very, very cool. So, but yeah. All right. So now, before we do spoilers for boys, um, thanks everybody who came out to the Mills anniversary sale. It was a great day. Um, don't forget, this weekend we have the return of the basement, or the sorry, return of the warehouse, not the basement, the warehouse. Over in Elwood. That's from I think 11 to 6 on Saturday, and then from 11 to 4 in Monroeville Mall, we're gonna have a smaller show. Todd will be set up at that. I'm gonna make an appearance probably around like 2 o'clock and just hang out for a little bit. So I'll be there for a couple hours. But go check it out. We got some cool vendors. Like Howard Bender's gonna be there doing sketch, like caricatures of people, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So check that out. And then remember, tickets are on sale for the show. Our last couple guests have finally sent me their, or most, I think I'm still waiting on 2 people, but most of our guests have sent me enough stuff where I can do an announcement for them. So I'm putting out I'm working on a couple more of those announcements this week too. So make sure you check that out, threeriverscomiccon.com. All right, so Boys Season 5 spoilers. So 3 episodes have been out so far.
Yes.
Um,
The last one is goddamn. That last one.
yeah, the newest one was actually, the one from yesterday was actually very, very good.
Yeah.
I just, but the first 2 I thought were a little weak. Or not really weak, but they were definitely different, right? Like, they just didn't feel the same. But I really enjoyed these last 2, to the point where, like, I would probably say like the last episode especially was very reminiscent of the first season to me. Like, it was just fucking brutal. Like when they blow up, or when they like kill the other it's not called the Invisible Man. He is Translucent 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they kill Translucent 2 in a similar way that they killed Translucent 1 was hilarious. The fact that he gets caught because he was wearing too much Axe body spray basically was hilarious. But I really thought the fight between Homelander and Ryan was probably one of the best scenes that they've ever had on that show ever.
Yeah.
So,
but it was brutal.
Yeah.
It definitely was brutal.
Oh, and like the conversation and not really conversation. The what the hell's the word I'm looking for?
Hallucination.
The I guess like the I don't know, the relationship between Homelander and Soldier Boy, like hilarious. Like Soldier Boy basically telling him he's a little bitch, and then like Homelander trying to do the same while standing naked in a bottle of breast milk. or in a
bathing
tub
in
of
it.
breast
Yeah,
milk,
yeah.
and then
Yeah, a
and
lot of
then
heavy on the milk jokes here. Holy
oh
cow!
yeah, there was a lot of milk
Oh,
jokes. We had Elizabeth Shue showed up to do a milk joke.
oh,
Um, but and then Soldier Boy making fun of the fact that he's gray pubes. Hilarious, hilarious.
yeah,
So, but
yeah.
yeah, I
Well,
really really dug this episode.
yeah. It's definitely you're seeing a lot of the parallels. Like we started at the beginning of the podcast here, where like the it's if it was the producer, the director, one of the writers is like, can real world stop like you know copying us because we're trying to be as ridiculous as possible, but current climate is getting just as ridiculous. Especially the whole God thing. Uh, I thought was like, wow. I was like,
Oh yeah, where Elizabeth Shue's character came back to tell him that he's Jesus. I
Well,
was like, oh,
they
God,
should be Jesus or he's a god or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah. Like I
he'll
like
be
the whole
immortal like
fact.
Jesus. And
Yeah.
then she's like, but you've saved more people than him, and I was like, wow. Yeah. I was
Yeah.
just like, holy shit! Like
And I'm
someone's
sitting
getting
there,
yelled
I'm
at.
like, I was like, did someone bug the White House? Because I feel like those are conversations he has to himself.
Nope, 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 nope. Because I don't want to think about him in a bowl of breast milk. Yeah, like that's yeah.
Well, let's be
There you go.
fair.
That's what you
He
get.
would he'd be bathing in something else. Let's be fair.
But
But no, it like like a lot of the things that they're hitting on, especially comparative to real life, is uh it's spot on, it's scary, um like and everybody's doing a terrific job, uh like how do I put this with I guess acting like perfect. Like it's I'm glad we're getting little things here and there with characters. Um I like that we finally hear Kiniko talk
oh yeah, this season we did.
season.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah.
mute the entire the whole time, and then she's like that episode where she just cussed out,
Yeah.
cussed out
I don't
Outlander, and I'm
remember
like,
her talking in the books though, like ever.
she never talked.
Yeah, that's what
No,
I thought.
no,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Um,
I get it. It can't be exactly like the comics because
right.
wow, you can't.
Oh yeah,
It's
I
too
keep
much.
telling people like they're like, oh man, like the show's crazy, and I'm like, the book's like
Way
100
way
times
worse.
crazier, right?
Yeah,
And they're like,
yeah.
shut up, and I'm like, yeah. I'm like,
Read
it's like
it.
Walking Dead. Like the book
Read
is
it.
way crazier,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they have to tame it down for TV, and they're just like,
yeah,
seriously, like, yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
I did. I also love the fact that they shit on a Cybertruck. That was pretty hilarious.
Pretty
Like the
good.
look of a Cybertruck.
Uh, I do like the redemption arc of what's his name? The speedster,
A Train. Yeah,
A-Train.
yeah. I
Um,
thought his redemption arc was pretty good.
it's
Um,
and you knew it was coming
yeah,
because it's you felt it like the last two seasons of him realizing what he has done was not right.
yeah.
Um, and good. At least somebody from the seven, besides Starlight, getting realizing what they were doing to people was wrong
Right.
and trying to make up for it in every way they can. Um,
Right.
and I actually like the actor too. He's an awesome actor. Let's hope he does other projects after this. Um,
Yeah.
I think he was a solid A-Train throughout. Um,
I think my only sadness about this show, and this is pretty fucked up sadness, is that they made actual Homelander be the one who raped Becky instead of Black Noir being the one who did it because Black Noir is a clone of Homelander in the comics. But then
yeah.
they killed the original Black Noir and replaced him with another guy, and then I think they killed that guy, and this is the third one, I think.
Is it the
because
third new Black
because
Noir?
the first one didn't talk, the second one talked, and this one doesn't talk again.
Okay.
So
Well, maybe
yeah,
this one's the clone.
yeah, maybe, but
They may go
uh,
back to that. I don't know.
we'll
We
see.
don't know. But yeah, there's with these new characters that were never introduced in the boys comic, like Sage, like Sister Sage,
Yeah.
not part of the boys comic at all.
Um. No, I
At
think
least,
she was in there, but she
but she
was like a
wasn't part of
real
the seven
minor.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she was like a real minor character. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I like the
She
fact
might
that
have been
she.
in the. She might have been in Dear Becky though. Like she might have been in like a what the sequel
I
series.
was gonna say it had to have been one of the spin-off
But it was
series.
it was a she was really minor, and also Soldier Boy was pretty minor too. Like
Yeah,
because he
yeah.
was definitely not what he is on the
No,
show.
no. He
But,
was more.
but
I
they
think he was more
also
like Homelander was.
yeah. Well, no, he was like a fucking wuss bag, like pissing himself with the shield the whole time.
Yeah,
Like,
but wasn't he also a
but he was
Nazi
immortal.
too?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So he's kind of like Homelander in that TV version of Homelander more than he is now, where he's just an abusive, arrogant American, all
yeah.
about America. He's not all about all the other stuff. Where we're starting to see the correlation of Homelander becoming more Nazi-like, where he's like, okay, now we have concentration camps, and now we have um,
Well, when they did the uh,
experiments. Now they're talking
well,
about
when they
experimenting
did
on
the
people.
Homelander youth thing in this episode, I was like,
Yeah, I saw that, and I
oh
was like,
shit,
oh.
yeah.
I'm like, oh my! I was like, somebody really read their World War II history, because that's
Well,
that's
Garth Ennis
spot
did. That's what he
on.
does. Yeah.
That's spot on. Um,
But
but yeah, I was like, wow, this is going to be a pretty powerful final season. Uh,
right.
so
Cool. Well, yeah, guys. So catch up on that. Also, the new season of Scrubs just finished. It is fully out. The last episode was awesome because the janitor returns finally, and it's pretty fucking epic if you're a
was
Scrubs fan.
I was gonna say Daredevil's out now too.
Yep.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I gotta watch
I
that
did
too.
I did see the trailer for the Punisher, the upcoming
Mhm.
Punisher, and that looks really good too.
Yeah, I might wait and watch Daredevil tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
Like, try to
but
plow some
I
more.
kind of want to see what they do with Punisher too. I want to
Yeah.
see what they do with that. Nothing new Marvel wise other than that though, I think, because they
Yeah.
haven't. There's no new Spider-Man trailer. Nothing more about Avengers or anything yet. We're
Yeah.
kind of being kept left in the dark. And there
Ah,
was something I ran into YouTube this week, and I was like, you know what? We haven't heard anything about the new season for X-Men 97. We still haven't heard anything. And it's been like,
yeah, but
it's
I don't
going,
think it comes out till next year.
yeah. But where was it? Didn't they have it done? They said
So
it was
no, they
done.
had the first two seasons done,
Yeah.
and then season three was like a third of the way through when the showrunner got released.
Okay.
So,
So that means we should have
but
season 2 by now.
or they went back and changed a bunch of shit in season two,
Oh
and
God.
that's why. But
That
yeah,
that means they're gonna ruin it. That's gonna be disappointing.
it
Let,
could be.
let, let's
We'll see.
let's let's fingers crossed that they don't veer too far of the vision that they laid out in season 1. Uh
Yeah, I mean, I know that actually I did see something that said Polaris will have a bigger role. So they're going back to that one X Factor episode, and Polaris will have a bigger role, which is kind of cool. So
I don't mind that. You're gonna have to have some X-Men in modern time, because remember, we have one group of X-Men far into the future and one group of X-Men far into the past.
yeah,
So we got to figure out who's going where. I did see the one thing where they released the poster or the cast the for season 2, and we do see Wolverine with the pullover mask, like from the 90s, that when his bones were, well, when the his bones were stripped.
oh
So we'll
yeah,
see how that goes. Uh, But yeah, I think that's about it. I don't think we have too much else. Uh, I'll keep my ear to the ground, but it's been hard. It's been like the last month here that all of a sudden we've gotten hit with news and information, and
Yep.
which is a good thing. We were going for a couple months there where we didn't hear anything about anything
Right.
like so.
Well, it's, no news is good news sometimes. So,
True, true,
but
true.
all right, guys. We'll be back next week, and then remember that's 2 weeks from tonight. We're gonna have our
Are we going to
friend
be there
John.
next week? Because isn't next week draft?
Oh, yeah, we might do it during the day. We'll see.
Okay,
It may not be at night, but we'll have one next week.
okay.
And then the last weekend of the month, or last Thursday of the month, at our regular time at 8, we're gonna have local creator John Davis on. You can check out his Kickstarter for Death Drones ahead of time if you want. We're gonna go over it on the podcast, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Probably during the day.
Probably during the day. Yeah.
Because you and me will be at the NFL draft.
Well, we're going to a draft party, but yes.
Draft party, but
yeah,
we'll
we're not
be in
going
the
downtown.
area.
Fuck that. We're not going downtown. Yeah. So, all
You
right,
sure?
guys.
You sure you
No,
want to
fuck
stick
that,
around?
dude. No. All right. Have a good night, guys. Make sure you shop your local LCS. If it's us, even cooler. And we'll see you.